Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. New season, new background, a little bit late, but it looks nice. And as usual, shouts out to Edgar from Inter Club Boston. Make sure you check them out on socials, especially on Instagram. The boy is always dropping fire graphics and videos related to Inter. And as usual, he's hooked me up with a nice new background with the season, which matches with the topic of today's video, which is the Inter kits, the three official Inter kits that will be worn by Inter this season. I know it's a little bit late, but I usually wait for all three to drop to give my kind of thoughts and reviews on it. And as today they've dropped the official third kit. I mean, we all saw the leaks of this third kit, which is this kind of very dark navy and orange, which is very retro, and it's all in line with these Nike T90 Total 90 retro templates that they've brought out this season for teams like Inter, Chelsea, Atletico, etc. And it looks nice. This is probably my favorite of all the three kits that have been released this season, even though it doesn't really have anything to do with Inter's colors, Inter's history. It's just simple, bit retro, only 2 or 3 colors, very minimalistic. It's got the Inter badge right in the middle. So placement wise is really nice. The Betson Sport logo also looks good, but even without it, which is probably how I will get it, because when I order off the Nike official store, they usually send it to me without the sponsor. I think this will look fire, and you can see it on the players as well, on Boni, Pio Esposito, who you can tell how much Inter and Nike as well. I think he is a Nike sponsored athlete as well. You can tell how much he's already been pushed. I don't think I've ever seen an Inter youth player with only a few appearances being the face of a new kit launch. Of course, his looks may also have to do something with it. But yeah, I'm happy with that one. But overall, the trio of the Inter kits this season, I mean, you can just see there, like visually, it just doesn't look that great as a trio. The home one, yeah, is, I like, the concept in theory. It's nice that these stripes, when you look at it as a font, but you actually have to really look deep. It spells out Inter, but you can't really tell unless you really you get told that this is what it's supposed to be doing. Otherwise, it just looks like it was just a misprint or something. And yeah, the colors, the light blue on the logo and the sponsor, I don't think it looks that great, but overall it's okay. It's like a 6 out of 10 kit. This one actually looks like it could be a third. The away kit looks like it could be a third kit or a fourth kit, which has also been leaked today. The fourth kit, we'll get into that in a moment. Or even as a training kit, I wouldn't mind, but as an away kit, I don't think it's that great. I mean, the recipe is so simple for Nike. You guys know, I do mention on the channel sometimes, I do know the guy behind who works for Nike, who does the designs with Nike for these Inter kits. I don't know if it's still him, Angelo. He's a guy that attends at events at Inter Club London. I've tried to get him on the channel to discuss these things, to understand the decision making of why kits are made the way that they are, and the timing, and mainly the design. But they have to sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, so he's not allowed to talk about these things. But maybe one day after he leaves Nike and the NDA is over, maybe we get him to talk about it. But in reality, it's really simple. Like last season's away kit, I loved it. That's why I've got it. I wasn't too big of a fan of the collar last year, but it's grown on me. But it's so simple. It's not hard to design, a nice, simple, and I'm not criticizing designers out there, but we know what Inter fans want. We just want a simple, nice, the traditional stripes. That's all we want. Make us happy, and we'll be all happy at the end of the day. Like the rumor is for next season's kit, the 26-27 kit, which looks to be going towards the more traditional blue and the stripes, but more similar to the 2010-11 kit. So it's got like a few of the I don't know how to call that, little triangles rather than just a straight edge on the edges. The collar looks like it might be a bit of a weird one. I'm not really a fan of V-neck collars, but at least the gold, the colors, the size of the stripes is starting to look more like what we would want as a traditional Inter kit. Yeah, and the fourth one, yeah, you can go crazy. The fourth one I don't really care about. You can go crazy. But this one actually, yeah, it looks kind of cool, like, very streetwear vibe, almost tie-dye feel. ACG is like a quite a famous streetwear brand. So this is dedicated to the 2026 Milano Olympics. So it's got some sort of call towards those, which I think the away kit was also is supposed to be related to the Winter Olympics. Shouts out to those. But yeah, as a trio overall, not too big of a fan of the trio this season. I think that's a 6 out of 10 rating for me overall. The home kit, as I said, yeah, 6.57. The away 6. The third kit, which is one I like the most, maybe a 7.5, but that's it really. Overall, not a very good trio of kits. Similar to last season's. I mean, the third kit this season at least this is way better than last season's atrocious yellow kit. I never liked this one, and it ended up being the kit that is going to be remembered in history for our embarrassment in front of the whole world. So luckily, I'm not going to see that one too much, hopefully. I much prefer the 23-24 trio of kits for sure. And yeah, we'll see what next season has got in store. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and ratings for the trio of kits this season, plus the rumored fourth kit in the comments down below, guys. Now let's get to some other news. International break is over. Luckily, thank the Lord, our players looks like they're coming back unscathed, no injuries. Lautaro got himself suspended for the next game for Argentina with the yellow card, but apart from that, nothing to talk about. I saw Zielinski had a really nice assist for Poland to Lewandowski into the space. We'll get into Zielinski in a moment. There's a little insight or news on Zielinski, on who wanted him. Yeah, Barella, Bastoni, Di Marco mixed the bag with Italy, where 2 good results in the end, but performance-wise, they continue to struggle. Specifically, Di Marco still looks nowhere near it. Hakan still looks way, way, way off it. I didn't watch the Turkey-Spain match, but I saw the highlights, and I saw the way Pedri ripped past him for one of his goals. And in general, I saw on social media, the Turkish fans, they are savages, and they were destroying Hakan. But big news, of course, the last player that we signed, Manuel Akanji, is back. He actually scored on the international break, and he has his first training session this morning with Inter. There's his Swiss national teammate, or former Swiss national teammate, now that he's retired from international duty, Jan Sommer. But here he is in all his glory. And there are reports that Kivu, even though he's only going to have 2 or 3 training sessions before the Juve game, is already very tempted to start him against Juve. And why not? Why not? Throw him in, Christian. Let's put Akanji in. This guy is super experienced, ready to get started. Hasn't played for Man City, so he's going to be fresh, ready to go. Maybe not full 90 minutes in his legs, but he's played for Switzerland as well, so he should be fine to go, raring to go. And I would trust him straight away, that player of that level of experience. Yeah, and I'm excited for this one. Speaking of the guy that made space for Akanji to come in, Benji Pavard spoke out today. He also, after the international break, actually had finally the chance to join his new teammates at Olympique Marseille. And he says, the only club I had in mind was OM, Olympique de Marseille. So let's go down to this interview. He says, I'm very proud to join Marseille, such a prestigious club. I can't wait to be at the Velodrome on Friday and feel the fans' passion. Indeed, I hope to experience great emotions there. I've already played at the Velodrome with Lille, and the atmosphere was incredible. Marseille was the only club I had in mind. I only wanted Marseille. I had a good discussion with Benatia, the sporting director. I want us to play as a team, as well as to win, and we'll have time to think about Champions League. Yeah, so it sounds like, again, there was things off the pitch with Pavard that we don't know about, that was said, but maybe unsaid. The whole Lautaro, when he spoke out, Marotta decided to single out Hakan, but we talked about it at the time. It definitely wasn't just about Hakan. There was multiple recipients of that outburst from Lautaro, and I think most of us feel like Benji Pavard probably was one of those guys. Just something didn't feel right with Pavard last season. The injuries, yes, but then that Benji L'interista, the Benji that seemed to be so hyped up and fired up to play for Inter in this first season, We didn't really see that last season. And yeah, it's not a great deal for Inter letting him go on a loan with the option to buy. But as usual, if a player doesn't want to be here, the best thing to do is to sell him, even though he might not be getting as much value as you think he should be, which is what probably Inter should have done with Hakan. Going back to what I mentioned with Zielinski, who had a good performance for the Poland national team, actually has been revealed here from, which source is it actually that revealed this news? Can't actually see the source, but anyway, it seems that, according to FC Inter News, Zielinski rejected a move to Juve to come to Inter. Giuntoli, who was this Napoli sporting director for many years, obviously wanted to bring Zielinski with him to Juventus, but Marotta beat him to it mainly because Zielinski didn't want to betray Napoli fans or Napoli because of the long-standing rivalry between the Partenopei and the Bianconeri, and Inter obviously offered him the wages that he demanded with a hefty 4.5 million net salary, and Napoli's contract offer arrived too late and he could never consider Juve. But why I brought up Zielinski is because he spoke out and said, Inter fans, you will see the real Zielinski this season, and I really hope so. You guys know me on this channel. I'm a big Zielinski fan. Over the last decade or so of Serie A, non-Inter players, non-Inter midfielders in Serie A that I've really, really enjoyed, Zielinski is up there. Milinkovic-Savic, Raja Nainggolan before he came to Inter, these kind of players, Hamsik, just players that, jump on the top of my head over the past decade or so. We've not seen anywhere near that Zielinski, but even at his age, it's not like he was always relying on, explosiveness really and pace and speed. Technical ability is still there. So if he can get over his injury issues and if he can be really motivated to try to take at least one of the starting spots in midfield, he probably won't be, but at least try it this season properly. He could be like, the cliche, he could be like a new signing. So Forza, Piotr Zielinski. And closing up, I wanted to finish up with the interview of our rising star, Petar Sucic, who also had a good international break for Croatia. He played both the games next to Luka Modric. And I'm getting the feeling of a very humble, simple guy, down to earth, ready to work hard. Like, you're getting those good vibes, golden boy vibes. And he says, I feel really good. I'm really happy. I hope to keep helping the team win as much as possible. Anything is possible. That's my mentality. Sometimes you play well, sometimes you don't. The most important thing, I like this, is to train properly. Always give your best in every situation. It's not about expecting it or not. I believe in myself, in my abilities. I try to give my best in matches and in training. I want to improve day by day, and I want to focus on the next games. He refused to single out a club mate who surprised him the most. He says, I can't just name one Inter player. Every player is incredible, full of quality. Every player is top level. And then he outlined his ambition, saying winning Serie A, trying to go far in Champions League. Of course, we want to win, but we want to take it game by game. We want to win every game, etc. Speaking on the Juve game on Saturday, I expect a difficult, challenging match. They're a good, well-coached team with a few days to prepare. He says, my relationship with Kivu is good. I listen to his advice. He's an excellent coach. I pay attention, and we always try to improve and win game by game, as I said before. On his role, he says he's comfortable covering multiple positions, and we've seen that. Perisic says I can play anywhere in midfield and even in defense. It's nice when someone like Perisic supports those ideas. Man, it would have been nice to see the link up of Sucic and Perisic at Inter now. I don't know where I can play best. I think, it seems like at the moment he's unsure. I think for now, definitely as a mezzala, maybe to the right at the moment. It seems to be his bias, but we'll see as his career goes on. He was asked whether Brozovic is his idol. He replied, in Croatia, everyone has Modric as an idol and wants to play like him, but that's impossible. So my idols are Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, Rakitic. I grew up watching them. That's a good little selection there. And two of them, of course, big Inter past. Sucic admitted that he talked about the Derby della Madonnina with Modric, of course, with pleasure, but that's something that stays between us. And finally, he says he has a decent understanding of the Italian language already. I'm learning it well, practically understanding everything in training and meetings. What I don't understand, my teammates, staff, and coach help me. I'm learning. It's going well. Which words will I know the most? They're related to football, but I couldn't tell you exactly which ones. And I saw an interview of him as well recently that says realistically Mkhitaryan has been his translator in the team, which is great. But anyway, that is the video today, guys. You guys let me know in the comments down below everything that I discussed. The kits, Zielinski. Do you have any expectations from him this season? Benji Pavard's move. Do you think there was more to it than the eye meets? And Sucic, what vibes are you getting from Sucic? What is his best position? And would you start Akanji against Juventus? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, we're going to do a proper preview of the Juve game in the upcoming days, so keep a lookout on the channel. Ciao ragazzi, always, Forza Inter.